What is up, guys? Blindshot here, and we're back again with some more Yu-Gi-Oh for you guys. So for today, I'll be showing you guys a deck profile of a Battlin boxer deck. So I noticed you guys are huge fans of fire deck. So I have another budget fire deck for you guys. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I got myself a new playmat from Ultra Pro, and it looks really nice. It's Sword Art Online playmat. Oh, it's half of it. If you guys want to see the full one, I don't know how to move it, but no, that's a story for another day. Yeah, so for today I will show you the deck profile, and hopefully you guys will enjoy. So this is kind of opposite of the Fire King deck. This is a deck that can prevent itself from getting destroyed, and yeah, so in a way, like their boss monster led yoke will, which I'll show you guys in a bit, have a really good effect. And yeah, like I said, this deck is relatively budget, and if you guys wanna pull off this deck, it's really fun, and it's one of those decks that can pull off a big beater, and yeah, and it's really good, and it's really cheap because almost everything in here is common, and we all have our own different definitions of budget deck. So for me, like, the core of this deck is really cheap, so that's why I consider this deck a budget deck. So without further ado, I'm gonna get started. First on the lineup of the Battling Boxer monsters. They should have just called it Burning Knucklers, like in the OCG. It's much more cooler. Anyways, 3 Glassjaws. Glassjaw is kind of like the highest attack non-extra deck monster in the deck. So with 2000 beat attack, it's just that he has a downside of he has this side effect of like Utopia when he's out of XC material, but that's a good thing if it's kind of like mid or late game, where he can act like a warrior returning alive effect, where you can add a battling boxer. I'm just calling them boxers. My tongue gets twisted. From your graveyard to your hand, so it's really good. And yeah, like I said, it's 2000 for a level 4, which is pretty awesome. Next up, we have the 3 Switch hitters. Switch is your, I'm gonna say my language is the heart and soul of the deck. He is your 1 card yoke. When he's normal summon, basically he special summons one from the graveyard, and but you can only special summon Battlin boxer, so basically you can only summon yoke with Switch hitter. But yeah, like I said, he's a 1 card yoke, which is pretty much the most important play in this deck. So yeah, it's a really good card. Next up, we have the 3 Headgeared. Headgeared has an effect where it can be destroyed by battle once. Also, he's really good for early setup as well as late game recycling, because when he's summoned, you dump a Glassjaw to your graveyard, and by Glassjaw's effect, because if it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can recycle, let's say, a Switch to your hand, and that would like open up more of your plays where you can summon more yokes, because it was a really amazing card, and it is the boss monster of the deck. So yeah, it's really good, can protect itself, and helps you set up early game, and as well as help you get pluses late or mid or late game. This is the new, I think one of the like latest ones, is Battlin boxer Veil. Veil is kind of like a, in a way, it's a not a battle fader, like yeah, I guess it's a battle fader. I can't think of any other examples. Basically, when you take damage, you summon him from your hand, and you heal whatever battle damage you take. So basically, he well, in a way, it negates doesn't negate the attack, but it kind of stops the attack and stops you from getting damaged. And like again, he's rank 4, so he helps open up R4 plays in our deck. It doesn't have to be yoke, but we'll get to that in a bit. We'll get to the extra deck monsters in a bit. So yeah, it's a really good card. Just 2. I might bump it up to 3 just because he has that solo support where he helps you not take that much damage, as well as summon an 1800 defense monster on your field. Yeah, he doesn't have that much like restriction, so I might bump him up to 3, but I need more playtesting to do that. So, but yeah, it's a really good card. We're still waiting for the new one, which is Battlin Boxer Shadow Punch, I think. I think he's OCG exclusive, and we don't have him yet. But yeah, he's a really good card. Next up, we have the 2 Spars. In exchange for your battle phase, you can special summon him from your hand. He's like a bubble man. He special summons if you control. Well, it's not like if you don't have a hand, but if you control another Battlin Boxer, you can special summon from your hand, and you can do your free R4 play. But yeah, like I said, in exchange you don't go for your battle phase, which is okay in most situations. But sometimes like I said, like I'm a duelist where I always want to go OTK. So, but of course, if it let you do that play, then it's a good card, right? And just 2 because he has pretty crappy stats. So that's why I run 2. Next up we have, I think it's the last of the Battlin Boxer is the Counter Punch. Counter Punch is your in a way honest, because when a Battlin Boxer, you control attacks or during the damage step, you just banish this from your hand or graveyard. So that's why I don't mind running 3, because you can banish him from either place. And the Battlin Boxer can gain 1k. Yeah, gains 1000. So he's like a Kalut, I guess, because honest is much stronger than this, of course. But yeah, he's really good. Okay, so next up, I just have 2 techs for the deck, and that's the Blaster. So self-explanatory. It's a fire deck. He's a 28 beat stake, so I don't need to say much about that. And last but not least, the Masked Chameleon. He used to be really expensive because he's utilized in a lot of decks that has like 0 defense, and he's kind of like a 1-card synchro monster. I might bump it up to 2, but yeah, just to shortly explain him, there's only one target that this card can get, and that is the Glass Jaw. Basically, what Masked Chameleon does is when you summon it, you target a monster with 0 defense. So yeah, he has 0 defense, and you special summon it, and then you get you get to synchro with it that turn. So you get a free level 8 basically. So it's really good. Yeah, just there's a tech card. You don't have to run him because if you run him, then you need to add more synchros in your action deck. But that's totally up to you guys. I just want to run him so I can summon like a free Stardust or Scrap Dragon or whatever. Now for the spells, we have the 3 Rotas. This Rota's at 3. It's really awesome, and this deck is full of warriors. So you get a free search. Sorry, Asuna. You get a free search with the 3 Rotas. You can search any of them that you want. Most of the time, you'd go for a Switch Hitter or a Headgeared if you want to set up. Next up, we have 2 Spirits. Just 2 because if you guys don't know what it does, it's a monster reborn basically, and a free mill for boxers. But the reason why I only run 2 is because if you draw 3 of it and you don't have a target in your graveyard, and something based on the meta nowadays, it's, you know, if your boxers get banished or bounced, then it's kind of like a dead draw. But yeah, it's a really, really good card. Like, if you guys want to run 3 of it, go for it. Because, yeah, like I said, it's a Monster Reborn, and it's not banned or anything. Like Monster Reborn. That's it for the boxer support. Now for the spell text. Forbidden Dress. If you guys are wondering why I'm running Dress over lands, good question. Because sometimes when Yoke runs out of Xyz materials, Forbidden Dress is a really good card to help prevent his destruction. Especially I guess in terms of like the meta. In this deck, you'll be able to deal with Apocalypse Towers no problem if you ever run into it, because Yoke will have 3800 attack by the time it's done detaching, and it's more than enough to get rid of killer, because yeah, or no, not killer, towers, because towers will lower the attack and defense by like 500, I think. Yeah, and but yeah, so Yoke will still have like 33. But yeah, dress is really good, just to help protect your monsters. Also lowers monsters attack by 600, so it's kind of like a damage step kind of thing. But yeah, and dress is much cheaper than Lance, guys. That's why I'm saying it's a budget deck. Doesn't really do exactly what Lance does, but you get my point. 1 duality, might bump it up to 2. I don't know yet, but yeah, it helps deck thin and set up for early game. This card is pretty bad at like late game, just letting you guys know. That's why I'm only running 1. Because if you use this, you can special summon, and if you do get up a switch hitter, it's a dead hand, because you can't special summon that turn, and you might end up losing. That's why I'm only running 1. Foolish Burial, really good. Helps get your blaster to the graveyard if you needed a blaster. Helps get counter punch to the graveyard if you need a bump for attack, and it helps recycle switch hitter if you have it in the graveyard, and you can just use this to dump Glass Jaw, and Glass Jaw will recycle your switch hitters for you. So yeah, really good utility card, Foolish Burial. Sadly, it's at 1. Running 3 MSTs, because I am not running lands, so we need to get rid of some back row hate, and this will solve that problem. We do need a little bit of setup to do our plays, so running 3 MSTs will get rid of some annoying vanities or skill drains or stuff like that. Because we're not running lands. That's just my argument. That's why I'm running triple MST. We have the 2 Dark Holes. 2 Dark Holes because sometimes you want to boost up Yoke, and Regeki is super expensive right now. I think the cheapest rarity is $10 in the US, I think. So yeah, so you're just gonna go for budget Dark Hole. It's usually $1 or $2 right now in the card shop, so it's really good. The Torrential, more non-targeting destruction because of Necros, and I guess it helps power up your Yoke when you need to, when it's out, because sometimes your opponent will try to destroy it and think. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention. The reason I run Dress as well is because Yoke loses to 101 and Castel. Like Yoke will get like Yoke won't have a chance against Yoke and not Yoke. 101 and Castel. So Forbidden Dress is your answer for that. So usually when they summon the Castel or the 101, you just chain this to your Yoke. Yeah, he loses 600, but that doesn't really matter for Yoke most of the time, and so they can't target it. And the next turn you can just run over whatever they summoned, right? So yeah, that's another logic for that. Now for the traps, we have the 1 Mirror Force, Battle Traps. That's mostly against Yosenjus or anything that swarms. Breakthrough Skill, negates effects. Bottomless, ruins pendulums. I ran Threatening Roar because I ran out of traps. But if you guys have a warning, go for it. You can replace this for warning. And the Compulse. Again, Compulse, really good card. Bounces annoying cards away. And last but not the least, 2 Deep Prisons. More battle traps for annoying cards. I know it's kind of not really the best right now, but you guys are more than welcome to use whatever traps you guys want. But I just want Deep Prison because it banishes, and people kind of don't expect it because, oh, you play Deep Prison, what? Yeah, so that's just the surprise factor that I'm aiming for. Yeah, so that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, you don't really need that much extra deck, but yeah, because this is a deck and we want it to be competitive, run more stuff. So the three Yokes is your key. You can forget about everything as long as you don't forget the Yoke. The Yoke is the key of winning. This is the win condition of the deck, and yeah. So basically he becomes he gains 800 attack every time he detaches to prevent a destruction, not just by himself, but every time if another boxer would get destroyed, you can detach and bump up his own attack. And by the end of that, he becomes a 3800 beat stick, and yeah, you can run over a lot of things with that. And just for fun, just to mention, I ran the 105 just because this is an anime deck, and this is kind of like his boss monster in the anime. Alito, I think. The Gandiva or Gandiva, whatever. Helps like destroy special summon monsters. He's just there. More warrior cards. The Excalibur and also Blade Armor Ninja, which I don't have, but yeah, that's also another mention. Now this is like most of the like the competitive R4s that you guys can play. The Ragna Zero for Cleese, Rhapsodies for graveyard control, the Castel that Yoke loses to. Oh yeah, just to mention, guys, this is not part of the budget anymore. That's this is just whatever R4s you guys can pull off. The Exciton and the 101 that I still don't have, and the Cowboy. All choices such as other choices like number 58. It's just a weird choice. You can equip it to Yoke, gains more attack. Yeah, I think it gains. Yeah, it gains 1000. Just a funny tech that I just thought I'd add in. And then afterwards, yeah, you equip it to an Xyz monster and it gains 1k. And then whenever the Xyz monsters, the Xyz monster attacks or I think destroys a point. Yeah, whenever it inflicts battle damage, you burn an extra 500. So it's just an extra weird thing that I added. Then for level 8s, because I'm running Mass Chameleons, just the Stardust and the Scrap Dragon. You can also run Crimson Blader or Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, whichever you find. But I think Scrap is the one that I summon the most because I combo him with Yoke, and you pop your Yoke and you pop one of their cards, and Yoke detaches. He gains an extra 800 attack, and yeah, you can do some other shenanigans with that. So, yeah, that's it for the deck profile. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. I think for Maple Story, guys, you have to agree with me if you are here for Maple Story. Maple is very dead right now in terms of updates. It's mostly just cash up and stuff. I'm probably not gonna post anything for Maple Story until Black Heaven patch comes out. And for the Attack on Titan one, I just lost interest. I know like some of you are Attack on Titan fans, but using that 3D gear is really hard. Like in Maple Story, you have to get used to it really well. So, anyways, yeah. Thank you for watching, guys, as always, and we'll catch you guys later. Oh, also you can tell me what you guys think about the deck. It's just a for fun deck kind of thing. All right, so we'll catch you guys later. Peace.